Very excited today because I am here to talk to you about a blood moon event that will be happening March 13th through 14th. It'll be in the wee hours of the morning, say around 2 a.m. and I'll go into the details here in a minute. But this is a time where you'll want to be doing transitional magic, transformative magic, shifting and changing ideas. This is a very big time for people that are in the ideas of shape-shifting, or people that are into wanting to talk to the ancestors or any other spirits that may be roaming about. This is a time when veils are very thin. It is a good time for you to do shadow work. It's a good time for astral projection and travel. It is a really good time for you to maybe do things for helping people that are ill to get better. Love magic, where the relationship might be in a transitional period, where, say, okay, for example, a couple has separated but one of them want to get back with the other. This would be a time to basically focus on doing positive works to try to bring the relationship back together again. And mind you, never let magic do all of the work for you, because it don't happen. If you don't apply yourself to the magic you're doing, then it's not going to come about. There has to be an outlet. But this is a time where you might want to, if you feel that somebody is lying to you, to get the truth out of them. Magical workings to get truth. Magical workings for you to maybe be more honest with yourself. So a lot of shadow work, a lot of deep interior reaching, getting into the meat of who you are, trying to find out who you are, embarking on new ventures, or to be more adventurous, to change in the way that you would like to see yourself change, but you find yourself too afraid to venture into the things. Sorry if you're hearing all of this. I am right by the freeway, so this shit happens. But basically, this is a time for you to do a lot of very strong workings, because it's a very powerful time. Now, the article that I'm reading here, quoted by NASA, is: a blood moon or total lunar eclipse will occur in the middle of the night between March 13th and 14th. During a total lunar eclipse, the moon moves into the lunar part of Earth's shadow. The umbrella is what they call it. The Earth's shadow, that is, said NASA. Some of the sunlight passing through Earth's atmosphere reaches the moon's surface, lighting it dimly. Colors with shorter wavelengths, the blues and violets, scatter more easily than colors with longer wavelengths, like red and orange. This makes a moon appear reddish-orange in the sky. North America, Central America, and South America will be able to see the eclipse. Other parts of the world will likely see a partial only. The blood moon is expected to last just over an hour after 2 a.m. on March 14th, during which the moon will be at its reddest. Well, basically, this is going to be very important for you to want to see, and all your workings that involve red color in the magical workings, if you do, or if you implement color magic into your workings, you want to pay attention to this. Like if you feel that somebody is angry with you and you want to solve that. If you are angry at somebody else and you want to get through that and change the state of whatever it is, you know. Likewise, areas of sexual love and passion should be given homage to. You can do different workings that apply to that. Let's see, expediency and growth. You could use this moon for money magic, especially if you implement a little splash of red into the colors you're working with for drawing money. Like I use a larger green candle and a small red candle together to add a little bit of a splash of rapidness into that working that I'm doing to draw money, to make it come faster or more readily, you know, and more vibrant. That's the way I feel about the color red in connection with green. There are a lot fewer workings that you might use the color red for, as opposed to the ones you might use black, purple, or green in. You know, but by the same token, red can accent all of these other colors if you know what you're doing, and add a vibrancy, a speed to it, a zest, a zeal, you know. Brings it up. If nothing else, it affects your mind and your spirit to wake you up to where you might be doing more powerful work with that you're attempting to do. So this red lunar eclipse, blood moon, will be a very important working time for me. I will be doing, and I'll probably have my candles ready to burn on that night, or those 2 nights actually. I will be burning money candles together, my green and my red, like I just talked about. I will be doing some shadow work, and I will probably be doing a bit of traveling. I've got some clients I'm doing work for, and I'm going to go and talk to the heads of people that they want to, you know, apply to reason with, you know. So wanting to connect or draw back together, and it's very important because we're talking about mother and children here. And so basically I will be doing some work for that client, I believe, at that time, and along with some health workings. And with that, I'll probably be doing a lime green candle with a red candle. So red, using a red candle during this time, anything you might think you would use a red candle with, even if it's a small red candle to a big whatever color candle, you know, anything you might think a red candle would go good with would be something you need to think about right now. When we think about illness, we may think about red, right? Because of the color of blood, the interior body effect, or anything that might be in there, you know. And the moon will be red, so the red in your candle and the red in the moon will connect in better. The green tells the magic which way it's going, you know. You could use the blood moon if you're in education or going through school and you're wanting to get better faster at what it is you're trying to do because you have a big test coming up, or you're lapsing in your grave and you feel it's urgent for you to do better within your working in school. Then you would appeal to the blood moon and the red candle you might use, along with a darker green candle, to concentrate on your studies better, to get better faster with it, for your mind to work faster, things like that. The sky's the limit, but it depends on how you want to look at things, because you could really, you know, inevitably do any kind of work you want at this point in time. It just depends on how you want to look at it and connect the moon phase or the moon position or transition or ideas into the work that you are trying to commit to for that night. So on March 13 and 14, you know, it's going to be a very, very strong moon. Probably a lot for nurses, students, health seekers, people that are in bad health and trying to get better, people that are wanting to draw love in together, because we just came through Valentine's Day. And actually, on the other side of the globe, in Japan, we have White Day that follows Valentine's Day, that would be right around the time that this blood moon is going on. Likewise, it's called White Day, and it's where, okay, on Valentine's Day in Japan, the girls are given the guys chocolates that they make. Well, if the guy really cares about the girl too, then on White Day, 1 month later, then he would be inclined to reciprocate and give her the chocolates, or something, some kind of gift, in return to say, hey, yeah, I like you too, so you wanna, huh? So, in all reality, that is a good idea for you. I think the Japanese have it right in the way that they feel like, okay, this is a good way for a person to say, hey, I really care about you, although I might be a little shy to say. And then here you have a month later, a day where it's reciprocated if the person feels the same way, by committing, you know, by a reciprocal gift. So that's something to think about. Likewise, and you could do a little candle burning at the time you just, you know, decide to give a gift to the person you really love or care about. So there's some ideas for you to do during the working on this blood moon that's coming up. I think that they're all really good ideas. It is definitely going to be a heavy time for love of a person to another person. But don't forget the ideas of self-love. That's why I talk a lot about shadow work going on at this time. And by the way, the earth shadowing and, you know, in the atmosphere, the earth's shadow over the moon and all of that, it's going to be a good time for shadow work. It's going to be a good time for you to go deep within yourself and apply yourself to self-betterment, self-love, and self-appreciation. Reflect on the things that you've done that you know were right or good and strong or powerful within yourself to rise above whatever it was you had to rise above in the past. You know, this is a time to really apply yourself to the self, right? And, you know, lucky for me, I just did my void candle mirror spell about 1 month ago, and so now, you know, I can start building using this moon to, you know, help myself recreate myself from the ashes, rebuild from the ashes, come back up and refulfill myself with all this energy that's in the earth. And I'm just brazen with all the energy of the world right now. I really am. I'm really feeling that. And kitty cat is just curling up here by me. So, but yeah, I'm really excited for this blood moon that will be coming in March 13th and 14th, you know. And no, you don't have to set up till 2 a.m. to do your working. You do the same thing you would do on any full moon time, and you would start just, you know, 3 days of the full moon, do all your power workings, right? And so this will be a powerful moon. I really love it. At the same time, I might be watching some favorite old movies that I really liked that revolve around the moon. Skinwalkers, werewolves, hell, Twilight, I don't know. Different movies and things that I like, because I'm a movie buff. I really love stuff like that. But more than anything, I'm going to be doing a lot of little witchy works at this time. And by little, I mean fairly big. Because whenever I do, I don't just stick out a candle and start mixing a bunch of herbs. I actually do a lot of candle bathing, cleansing, inscribing and anointing, or anointing while I'm inscribing, and powdering with the herbs, praying and imbuing with all the energy that I possibly can, and then going into a work along with that, possibly in a puppet or making a talisman of some sort, whether it's in the oven or what have you. There's so many different things I like to do, and I really do need to start covering some of that with you guys. And I have been really working on trying to teach you a lot about magical workings. I just did too, but unfortunately people aren't watching those, and they're really good spells. The Void Mirror Candle spell, that's a powerful work, and it's a 2-part video series that I did right there. I really got a lot out of it because I was so depressed and wrung out. And after I did these works, I'm just so loaded with energy. Everything is going right. So, I mean, I'm kicking now. I mean, I must have done the exact right thing that I needed. And now I've been burning cinnamon candles that I make, and all kinds of other things that I've been doing, money spell works, and it's all working for me. I had to put a lot of shit into the void, and it took me to do that candle mirror void spell thing, you know, and that was a big work. That was a lot of work, just making the candle alone, and then turning around and then making the mirror. That was like, what, 3 hours of working just in making the candle and preparing the mirror. And by making the candle, I'm not talking about pouring it and all of that. I'm talking about just dressing it and preparing it, you know, because I really put a lot into the things that I do, you know. And then the mirror, preparing the mirror, and then charging them afterward, connecting them afterward. And then I sat down at the mirror, and I probably spent, I guess, about an hour of that 3-hour time burning my first burning of the candle with it. So that was lovely, and it really worked for me. And by the way, I really suggest y'all should go and watch the Void Spell candle making, and then the Void Spell mirror making, and then burn that candle in front of that mirror with it in its reflection, and put all of that that's in your house, all of that negative energy, toxic relationships from the past, people that have hurt you and you can't get past, all of this other shit, put it in that mirror, get rid of it, and then close that shit out. It's about a 3-day thing, but it's only about 20 minutes to an hour each of the day, depending on how much you want to put into it. I did an hour each day for 3 days. And you don't just turn it on and then leave it and go do other things. You sit down in front of it and you work with it. So that's what I suggest for you, and do it before this blood moon so you can take advantage of this in the best of ways. So you got your homework to do. I'll let you go. Take care of yourself, and I will be talking to you even before this, and I'll probably remind you guys. So I love you. Take it easy. Bye-bye and merry part.